You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox. Carla West, that was David Bowie. I Can't Give Everything Away from Black Star. Then we had the J. Giles Band, Give It To Me. So there was a little thing there. No one's ever going to get it. But it was like, can't give it away, give it to me. That's how it goes around here. We have Jakob Dylan of the Wallflowers.
How you doing?
Is that, you have to say that from the Wallflowers, or you could just say?
No.
It's you can.
Like no one's going to know if you don't say the Wallflowers.
Well, maybe not, but it's okay. Either works.
Yeah. And we have sister-in-law, Stacey Dillon.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
And we got Joe Sib.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Joe Sib, not from the Wallflowers.
From Shanana.
From the re-edition of Sha-Na-Na.
How are you, buddy?
Good.
It's been a while.
It has.
You did a show after you left here last time, right? A comedy show?
You had me in when my record came out. My
record?
first comedy record came out.
But didn't you...
And then I did a show that night.
Yeah, it must have been sold out after
It was.
being on
It was. A lot of your fans came out. It was great.
See?
Yeah.
See what I do for you, man?
You do so much for me, Steve. You know that.
You have no idea.
And you know that I appreciate it and I love you for it.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too.
So what's going on, man? You got a thing going on, a benefit for Crohn's. Can you explain what Crohn's is?
Sure, I can take that. Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis are inflammatory bowel diseases that affect 1.6 million Americans, and a lot of them are children, over 25%, and one of them happens to be my son. He just turned 18. He was actually diagnosed when he was 2, which is quite unusual to be diagnosed so young. And he has a pretty severe case of Crohn's disease. So about 7 or 8 years ago, I decided that I wanted to help raise money and raise more awareness about these diseases, raise money for research, provide support groups, and raise awareness about the diseases. So I asked Jakob, who is my brother-in-law, married to Sam, Jacob's brother, if he would do a benefit show, and he said yes right away. And we've been doing this will be our 7th year in LA. We did one in New York in November also, and hopefully we'll continue that. And it's been amazing. We've grown every year and raised a lot of money for research for these diseases.
Is it just luck of the draw if you acquire it, right?
There's genetics involved, so it's a very complicated disease, so it's kind of different in each person. So there are genes associated with it, but they're not exactly sure why people are getting it. Of course, it's increasing like a lot of autoimmune diseases. There's, factors like the environmental factors, food, medicines, toxins. It has a lot to do with the microbiome stuff that they're researching right now, like bacteria. So it's like a combination of bad genes. Seems like Lowell got those. My son is Lowell. Seems like he got those, and then something triggered it. And like I said, everyone's a little bit different. So his happens to be serious, and he's been on a lot of different medications. So, but over the years, more medications have become available, which have helped him. And even since he was diagnosed, there really weren't very many medications, and now there's a lot more. And we've been raising money to contribute to a lot of the research that has discovered these treatments. So it's been good.
So is it been around for like Stone Age days, or is it recent?
Well, it's been around since I think it was first actually named in the early 40s, but people will say they had these diseases forever and they just didn't have a name.
Yeah.
But like most diseases, especially autoimmune diseases, they're getting worse. They're getting diagnosed in younger and younger kids. They're getting diagnosed more frequently. If you go to other underdeveloped countries that didn't used to have these diseases, now they're seeing them more with the introduction of our Western food and culture. So, there's a lot of advances being made in studying them, but yes, they're becoming more prevalent and more harder to treat.
Yeah, nightmare. Sorry, your kid has it.
Thank you. Yes, it's been difficult.
I bet.
I mean, Jakob is aware of our struggles, our family struggles. So
I'm still on the bad genes thing you said.
Sorry.
I thought that was a whole different thing. That was, Joe, what bad genes are.
Bad genes.
Levi's.
Yeah.
No, but is it?
I thought Levi's were good genes, actually.
Yeah. Don't get the Westcott ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
or the what were they?
You don't want the boot. No, you don't want boot unless you're a
Yeah,
cowboy.
what was
Unless
yeah,
you're
what
a
were them
cowboy.
ones called?
The boot cut or the bell bottoms.
No, but the make, not Levi's. There was another
Wrangler?
Wrangler.
Yeah, you
they,
don't wanna
they were the
bust up-
cowboy ones.
Yeah.
I think they're coming back in style though.
Never going to wear
Wranglers.
them.
With the boot cut. I like boot
Yeah.
cut personally. Where do we go?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't, you started. You started with
started
the
with
jeans.
the jeans,
I
man.
started with the
Yeah.
jeans.
Joe Sib looks like he has perfect jeans.
I do. I don't go for the boot cut though. Got to go for. I like the
You go for the drain pipe, the Shannon look.
Shana na. Come on. The lineup that Stacy put together for this benefit's insane though.
Tell us.
I mean,
Well, actually, Jacob put it together, but so you want to?
Well,
talk
I
about
do.
It?
This is she mentioned this is the 7th year here, and we've done it once in New
Yeah.
York, and it's easier and better for us to find people that are local, so you don't have to deal with expenses and flying people around. So that's kind of the tricky part is you got to ask people pretty close to the show date, so they haven't got work that they might miss out on. So you
Right.
have to kind of wait. And everyone who plays, we've had everybody from Steven Stills to Cat Power. Butch Walker plays a bunch. He's playing this year again, and Joe Sib is going to be there this year, and Jim James is going to play this year from My Morning Jacket. But it's all mostly local people, and we put together kind of a house band, and it's just meant to be. We try to keep it fun and make it entertaining. Stacy takes care of all the heavy stuff early on with the auction and all that, and by the time we get up, we just want to have everybody to have a bit of a good time.
So it's April 14th at the Terry Graham Ballroom.
Yes, you can go online to connectingtocure.org for tickets. And the reason why we started is because we wanted to have like a fun fundraiser, not like a sit-down dinner or luncheon. We wanted it
Yeah.
to be people to come and have fun, and everyone loves it. I mean, we talk about our situation, our disease. We have other people with the disease talking about it, but then the music comes on and everyone loves it. And this year we have Joe, so we're really excited. It's our first year actually having a comedian, so
they went for other people and then they couldn't.
They
that's
dropped-
not
they dropped
that's
out.
not
Yeah.
actually true.
I'm third string, so the
No.
bar's
You're
set.
plan
you know.
B.
Yeah.
I was in
said
plan C, I think.
I said
think
I
it
have an
was-
idea. I've known Joe for over 20 years. I said I got a great idea, Stacy. Comedy's good. She's mentioned before. I said this guy's a friend of mine. He's great. He can't say no. He has no gear to bring.
Yeah.
He lives right around the corner. He can't say no.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no.
Perfect. Perfect.
I
No,
was-
no rehearsals, no sound check. This is a no-brainer.
The thing that was crazy was that when I started doing, I remember when I played in a band to get Jacob to come see me, it was like a lot of, I think I'm not around. But as soon as I started doing stand-up, he was like front and center and bringing his kids and even asking me to do jokes. Do that one joke about that one story. I was like, wow, okay. So I guess I wasn't that good of a singer. I might be.
Have you seen Joe's bit at all? I would say, is that okay to say bit? Is that bad?
It's a bit.
It's
It's a show.
it's-
Have you seen
stand-up?
it? Yeah, but it's all real. It's all real stories. It's all true. It's not. He's not writing, as far as I know. I believe you anyway. It doesn't sound like you're sitting home writing jokes.
It's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
it's all stories from being in bands. And what about your
Like, you still have your record label?
I still have the record label too.
Dummy, side one.
Side one dummy. Side one dummy.
Yeah. Who's on there?
Gosh, I mean, we have everyone from, like right now we have a new Gaslight. They're celebrating 10 years of the first record we did with them, so that's coming out. Roswell Kid just released a new record that we're super excited about, single from them. And then this guy named Nako Bear, who I'm super psyched about. A lot of, the label's evolved over 20 years. It started as punk rock, and now we kind of have an eclectic mix of bands on it.
Don't you have anyone good, though?
Oh, all of them are good, Steve. Come on.
I'm kidding.
No, they're
I'm
all
kidding.
good. They're all good.
Let's play some music, otherwise we're going to lose listeners. We're going to play the Wallflowers, 6th Avenue,
sure?
Heartache. Jonesy's Jukebox.
This
We're,
is
we're
exciting.
here with Joe Sib from Shannon. We're here with Stacy Dillon, and we're here with Jacob Dillon. Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS. That was Jonathan Wilson. There Is a Light from an album, Rare Birds. Beautiful album. Definitely worth getting. Then we had the Wallflowers, 6th Avenue, Heartache. What's that about?
I wrote that very, very early on in writing songs. I spent some time living in New York in the late 1980s, the latest of the 80s.
Hence 6th Avenue.
Yeah,
That's where you were living?
just off of it, yeah.
If you're wondering who that voice is, that's Jacob Dillon. And we're here with sister-in-law Stacy Dillon and Joe Sib from Shannon. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I love how we go through everybody and then just we're with Joseph.
Oh, you picked up on that.
I picked
have you?
up on it,
You're
buddy.
good.
So have the listeners.
You're good.
Yeah.
But we are here on a serious note to discuss and tell you about Crohn's. What's the other word? Colitis?
Colitis, ulcerative colitis. So there's Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, and those are both of the inflammatory bowel diseases. So you usually have one or the other.
Yeah. And what are the symptoms? How do you know you got it?
There's a variety of symptoms. I mean, the most common are like digestive type symptoms, where going to the bathroom all the time, a lot of stomach pain, bloody.
Oh, jeez.
Things like that.
Quick sip.
And
Tell
then
a
I know,
joke.
sorry.
Tell a joke.
I,
Sis.
love how Steve wants to know right away. Like I'm that way too. When like you hear something really bad, you're like, wow, so he died of a heart attack. Wow, that's so sad. Was he a fat guy? Is he overweight? Like you right away, Steve wants to know what are the symptoms? Because I hope I don't have it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just curious.
There's a lot of symptoms. I mean, you can have joint pain. You can get all kinds of problems. I mean, my son's had all kinds of complications. For kids, it's usually growth. No, it's usually growth problems because you're not absorbing enough. So my son's smaller, and developmental delays for kids. So those are the main symptoms.
You don't have it, Steve.
I don't. I was just
No.
looking
I
at my
see.
wrist.
It's not going to be like if it's in your joints. That's probably not
Yeah.
it.
I do have bowel problems sometimes.
Yeah.
I do it on air as well.
We've heard.
You've heard it, right?
Anyone that listens to the show knows that can happen regularly.
Although I haven't farted in a while, I burp now and again.
Absolutely.
People don't like it.
Do they complain?
Some people get offended. It's crazy, right? A burp. What's that?
Like they call up and complain, or they send an email.
No, they go on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, moan about a burp. I love it. It's all natural, man.
I think that's the reason why, like, if my son and I are driving around in the car, like during the summer, and we listen to the show, he tells his friends, "Oh, it's this old man that like burps on the air. You'll love it." And then he loves it. My dad knows him. My dad totally knows him.
Yeah.
So he's got fans because
So
of
it
it.
works in your favor.
Totally.
Yeah.
So young like it, old don't like it.
Yeah.
Where do I draw the line?
You don't, Steve.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
I say we mic you up. Put a mic in your back pocket and we just go for
No,
it.
I just, if I've got one coming out the back, I'll just stand up and get me arse right on the mic. No problem.
I think Howard Stern does that too. So
You know, I ain't copying him. I just want to put that out there. I don't copy him. The 14th is when?
14th is this Saturday at the Terragram Ballroom. You can also go on the Terragram Ballroom website and find out more information, or our website, connectingtocure.org.
Yeah. Nice one. And there's a silent auction.
We have a great
starting
silent
today.
auction. Yep.
Talk about some stuff you have this
Well,
year.
we have all kinds of great stuff. We have a lot of signed items. We have tickets to the Ellen Show, tickets to the taping of The Voice. We have some Bob Dylan signed items. We have Paul Simon signed items. We have signed guitar by Maroon 5. We have all kinds of restaurants in LA that people love, great jewelry.
Do you have any drumsticks from Shannon?
No, but that would be good. That would be good.
Was Bowser the drummer?
No.
No, he was like the MC guy.
Yeah, what's he going to give? A black T-shirt? What's he going to
A
give?
hairline. He'll give a V-neck out. Black V-neck to everybody. There you go. I'll give out a V-neck. I'll get it signed from all my friends in Glendale.
All right.
Everyone wears
I'm sure
V-necks
it
in
will be
Glendale.
amazing.
There
We
you
have
go.
sports items. We have a signed Laker ball, Dodger tickets, things like that.
and
Bunch
we
of
have, not just all that, we have Joe Sib.
Yes.
We've got Butch Walker.
Yeah.
Have you had Butch on the show before? You got to.
Not on this station.
Okay.
On another
And
station.
then we got Jim James for My Morning Jacket.
Yeah. Is that the singer?
Mm-hmm.
I like their music.
Yeah, they're real good. So
He
that's-
likes reverb, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Does he ever sing without reverb?
I don't know, but we actually were communicating a few weeks ago about just the show. What did he need? Because I kind of lead and help
And
with
it
the
was
crew.
a
Whatever.
reverb
He
box.
just said, "I'd like to have some reverb in his monitor and out in the house." And I said, we can definitely. I'm gonna do my best, but I think we have the ability to get you some of
Yeah.
that.
Reverb, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty low on the needs list, isn't it?
Yeah.
Reverb. I mean, we have reverb,
Yeah.
don't we?
There it is.
Oh, yeah, cool.
What can't you guys do here? Oh, I lost it.
That's it. We just.
That's it.
There we go. I do this when I hypnotize people.
Is that medium church or is that big church?
Big church.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that. Should we play some more music, or you still writing?
I do, yeah.
Do you still have a band called the Wallflowers?
I do. It's evolved. It's changed, as you know.
What? Do you go on the road? And,
Yeah.
And all, you still write? Do you find it easy to write?
No.
Does your dad find it easy to write?
I don't know that anybody does. I think anything you do often and a lot,
Yeah.
I think you've heard people say certain people have been rewriting the same song for 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
You can do that, but I think that there's times where you realize you're doing that and you don't want to do that. But it's harder to pick up new habits, new tricks as you get older, but you have to keep trying.
Anyone can write lyrics, it's whether they're cool or not.
Whether they're cool or not?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like anyone can come out of any old nonsense, but to have something that captures your imagination, that's more lyrics for me is you see the picture.
Mm-hmm.
That to me, that's what good lyrics are. I'm terrible at lyrics. I'm good with tunes. I'm terrible. It's like hard work. I never went to school. I never did English or anything. Not that you need that to write. If you're naturally gifted, I guess that helps.
Probably. You might. Huh?
Have you ever written a song with your dad?
No.
No?
No.
You don't want
I haven't
to?
written with many people, really. I've always kind of done it
Didn't
on
you
my
do
own.
something with Mick Jones?
I did. On the last record we made, he played guitar on 2 songs and sang on 2 songs,
Yeah.
which I'd sent him 2, hoping he would like one, and he went ahead and played on both. And it was really great, though. When he sent one of them back, when we were mixing it, it sounded like Mick, and it was terrific, the guitar playing and the vocals. But as we were mixing it, each time we got to the chorus, something didn't sound right. So we had to start isolating things, and we finally zeroed in. I think it might be Mick. So we zeroed in on his vocal, and he just made up his own words under mine. And I'd sent him a lyric sheet. I'd sent him, but he rhymed. He kind of had the phrasing right.
Yeah.
But once you isolate it, it just didn't make any sense. So we had to mix him, and as the chorus develops, he just gets lower and lower as he goes, because the back end of it is where it gets really squirrely. So by the end of it, he's just kind of off.
He likes his weed. Oh, Mick.
Yeah, he was terrific, though.
You were a big Clash fan, right?
Very big. Yeah, still am, yeah.
Yeah. Not a Sex Pistol fan.
Yeah, of course. You guys just didn't do as many records. You guys kind of gave us one thing to hang on to for a long time. And we're still hanging on to it, but...
Yeah, keep hanging.
I couldn't go to the shows, and he just made the record.
Nothing new's coming. Should we play some more music?
Sure.
Oh, we're going to play The Wallflowers.
Oh, do one with Mick, right?
Misfit and Lovers.
Okay, let's do
Is
that.
this the one where he's...
This is exactly what I just spoke about. So pay attention.
Pay attention
I
to the
say all
chorus.
this with just nothing but joy and appreciation.
Of
But
course.
it's funny when you get there, you'll hear what happens is as the chorus moves on, Mick gets quieter and quieter.
Okay. Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS, with my guest Jakob Dylan, his sister-in-law Stacey Dylan, and Joseph. That track was called Good Man Down. And then we had the Wallflowers, Misfit and Lovers, featuring Mick Jones on the chorus. Kind of on the chorus.
He was in there a little bit.
Yeah, he's in there throughout. He's playing guitar too.
Yeah. We're here with Jakob Dylan, Stacey Dylan, and Joe. Sib.
Stacey always, when we do these things, she likes to make sure that I clarify that we're not married.
Yeah.
That's my sister-in-law.
Yeah, I think we said that.
Yeah.
Sister-in-law.
Yeah.
That's your... I never know. I don't have anything.
What?
I have nobody in my life. What is
A
sister-in-law?
sister-in-law means, well, in this particular case, she's married to my brother.
Yeah.
So we become brother and sister by law, right?
Right.
Stacey, do you know how to explain this better?
I don't really, but
I think that's
you
it.
said
That's
it.
it? Did I get
I
it?
think that's pretty.
I'm
you
married
nailed it.
to Jacob's brother.
Yeah.
Is he
That's
good
the
looking
same.
like this guy?
Yeah, he is.
Of course.
Is he
Of course.
better looking? Or?
You know, I can't.
Too
can't
hard
say
to
that
choose,
on air.
Steve.
It's hard.
Don't make us all start fighting.
Okay. Joe, tell us a joke.
He is taller.
Tell us a
though. He's a
joke.
little bit taller than Jacob.
Something.
Yeah, I was thinking when we were talking off the air. We were talking about Jacob. Stacy asked, "When did you and Jacob meet?" We actually met. Our wives were best friends, and we met this. I remember we met Jacob, like you and Paige met the same night. Like we were all hanging out. So we've known each other for like years. And when he had his first son, he came over to me, and I was living in Glendale. And I don't know if you remember this. You remember when you were like, "Hey, Levi wants to skateboard."
He was like 12 or 14 or something at the time. Or just, right?
And I'm a grown man that still skateboards. So I'll
Right.
take him skating. So
Yeah,
he
I
comes
don't
over to
skate.
Glendale, and we're hanging out together, and Jacob's sitting in the stands with the other dads, and none of them know that they're talking to Jacob, and Jacob's hanging out having a conversation, and all the dads are talking to Jacob, and this one dad gets real close up to Jacob. He's like, oh man, it's crazy what your kids get into. And Jacob's like, I know. He's like, yeah, my son plays guitar. And Jacob's like, really? And he goes, yeah, he's writing his own songs too. And Jacob's like, wow, man, that's super cool. And he goes, yeah, man. But you know what they say about that kind of talent? And Jacob goes, what? He goes, that skips a generation. And then Jacob looks at me, and then right then I go, all right, how's this going to go? And he goes, now I find out. I find out here in Glendale. And I remember then, I'm like, all right. And then so a while ago, I do a show, and Jacob comes to the show, and we're hanging out after the show. And, you know, when you're in a band, you get requests for songs, right? And after the show, Jacob comes up to me and goes, oh, hey, you never did It Skips a Generation tonight. And I was like, you want me to do that? He goes, yeah, I told Paige all about it. You never did it. So then I was like, all right, I can do that bit. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think there is some truth in that, though?
I hope what?
The skipping of generation?
In my family, hell yeah, totally. My son's so talented. He's an amazing singer. And
You know
songwriter.
what, though? Even if it does skip a generation, maybe you get a portion of it.
You get
So
some
maybe
of it.
depending on how
Better
great
than
it
nothing,
is,
yeah.
maybe you get enough.
I mean, you got the Marley Boys, right? Then obviously not write as great songs as the dad. You got,
Most people don't, though.
yeah.
Write songs as good as Bob Marley.
Yeah, he was a special one.
Mm-hmm.
But his one son sounds just like it when he sings, Ziggy.
Ziggy does.
Mm-hmm.
His voice is identical. I played on one of your dad's records,
I remember.
In the Groove.
Yeah, Down in the Groove.
He got so many bleeding albums, though. Do you know all of his albums?
I know most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, there are definitely some people who are bigger super fans that know crazier stuff than I do. But certainly when I was younger, I listened. I knew everything that was happening. But, you know, unlike a lot of people, right, there's a lot of output. So it's just hard to keep up.
Yeah, he's got some good albums. What's that one I've been playing lately? The one that Daniel Lenoir produced it.
That's Time Out of Mind, yeah.
Yeah, and there's another one that he does a lot of covers on.
There's a few of those.
He does that Everly Brothers song.
Oh, all I have to, is it Let It Be Me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
We're going to visit the Duke. When we come back, we're going to be chit-chatting a bit more with Jakob Dylan, his sister-in-law, Stacey Dylan, and Joe Sib.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Dr. Charles Maggart, Saddleback Eye Center.
Train in Vain. Then we had The Clash, Hitsville, UK from the album Sandinista. We're here with Jakob Dylan, his sister-in-law, Stacey Dylan, and Joe Sib. And the reason we're here is because there's a silent auction starting today, and there's always I can't even bloody speak. I hate Mondays, man. There's a show Saturday, and it's to raise awareness and money for Crohn's disease. Why don't you take this bit?
Sure. Okay, so our show is on Saturday. It's at Terragram Ballroom. It's to raise funds for research and awareness about Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. We have a great lineup. Jakob Dylan, Butch Walker, who's been with us 3 or 4 years. Butch is amazing. Comes every year, mostly every year, and plays. And then this year we have Jim James from My Morning Jacket, and we're adding comedy, which I think everyone's going to love. Got Joe Sib for that this year.
Intentional comedy.
Yeah.
Intentional, yeah. Not by mistake.
Do people know you are, Joe, in the comedy world?
I hope, yeah. I mean, I don't think they know, like, hey, what's up? Like, I think they know more like, oh, yeah, there's that guy. I think they think that a lot.
There's the guy who looks like Anthony Kiedis,
Yeah.
Bowser, and Fonz.
And the Fonz. I get Anthony Kiedis so much that I was surfing up Malibu and I got done, and when I guess the coffee shop he goes to is in there.
He lives out there, yeah.
Yeah, and I went in and the woman goes, oh, here, and she walks over with the drink, and I go, yeah. She's like, yeah, I got it for you, and I go, wow. And then as I was leaving, I'm like looking, wait a minute, she thinks I'm Anthony. Like, I've gotten that so many times. So, Anthony, if you're listening, we both like the same drink, I guess. So there you go. It's pretty cool.
I don't see that. I don't see it.
You don't see it?
No.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I had bleach blonde hair. People used to think for sure I was Anthony from the
Yeah.
Peppers.
Is
Or the
that
Fonz.
Is that annoying to look like 3 different people?
No, It's not annoying. When that movie Shrek was out, my kids used to say, "Dad, look, there was a big picture of Shrek." And then older people will go, you look like, and I think they're going to say Anthony, and they go, you look like Tony Danza. And then that hurts. That hurts a little bit.
Man.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
And then there was the other one.
Lou Ferrigno. I get that a lot. It's just,
Yeah.
it's no one
That's
ever,
the first one that I see.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, I get Lou Ferrigno a lot. I think it's the eyebrows because they're trying to connect at all times. So it's
Forearms.
Yeah.
And then there's John Merrick.
John Merrick. I haven't gotten that one.
You know who he is?
I don't
That's
even
the
know.
Elephant Man.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. No.
You're a good man, Jim.
Thank you, Steve.
Man of many faces.
Man of many hats and faces.
We're going to play the Wallflowers doing Heroes. Were you a big fan of Bowie?
For sure.
Everyone is, right? Who
Yeah.
don't? You know who don't like Bowie? Is the big producer lives out in Malibu.
Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin.
No way.
Yeah, he don't.
That doesn't surprise me.
We spoke about it years ago. We had this whole thing, and he just don't like. He don't get it. He just thinks he was a phony and not original. And
That's it.
he loves the Beatles, though.
He said that
Obsessed
David
with the
Bowie
Beatles.
was, yeah.
It will say the reason I'm saying.
Well,
is
that would
he
raise the
says
question
that.
of what is real and what is phony. I mean, what's the difference, really? Who can tell? So we should negate David Bowie's career because he was acting a lot? He's pretending a lot?
He actually says he plays characters, Bowie, but you can't take away that he could write a song.
Of course.
And sing.
You know.
Yeah, maybe you put changes on instead, and then afterwards we could say that's terrible because that's phony.
Yeah. I don't get it. But,
No,
you know.
I'm with you. I don't get it either.
But we're going to play you doing a version, Heroes. When did you do this?
You know, we did this for a movie like, I don't know, maybe close to 1998, 99. And it was in an afternoon, and it's one of those things that we did, and I hadn't thought much about it. And it certainly did well, got played a lot. It follows us around. I get asked to play it a lot, but I hadn't really thought about that much the one afternoon when we did it.
Yeah, you did
But
it.
you never can tell when that's going to happen.
Yeah. Okay, we're here with Jakob Dylan, Stacey Dylan, sister-in-law, and Joe Sib. We're going to play the Wallflowers doing Heroes. Oh, man, that's just seconds away from a lovely burp. Oh, well. That was David Bowie. Changes. That's a crap song, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a phony, man. You could tell.
Yeah.
It's
It's going to have its quick moment, and then it'll disappear like all the other phony stuff.
Then we had the Wallflowers doing Heroes. Beautiful. And we are here with Mr. Wallflower, and he's leaving now, Jakob Dylan, and his sister-in-law, Stacey, and Joe Sib. Give it a plug, one more go. Who's going to do it?
It's this weekend at the Telegram Ballroom. It'll be myself, it'll be Joe, who's here, and it'll be Butch Walker, and we have Jim James this year for My Morning Jacket. And Stacey, you can give a little more of the...
Sure, we still have some tickets available. You can go to the Telegram website or connectingtocure.org. We have amazing auction items. We do have open bar, so that's
I'm gonna
awesome.
check that out.
We have really good food. We have a great silent auction. It's a really fun night. The Telegram is a great venue, and please come out and help us support our cause, which is really important to me.
Crohn's.
My son has Crohn's disease. And we have a lot of families whose kids also have Crohn's and patients themselves who come, and they just are so happy that Jacob's up there, singing and helping raise awareness and funds for these diseases. So
Well, thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
by, everybody.
thank you. Thanks
Thanks
for having us.
Yeah, of
Good
course.
luck. Good luck. We're going to visit a Duke when we come back. A little bit more rock and roll. See you in a bit.